Hello, hello. Welcome to Essential Stencil replay watchers. I'm going to say hello to you first because you're going to see this before this gets out in Facebook. I have an 18-inch round right here. Now, it is, I'm creating on an 18-inch because it's the only one I have that's half-inch. I like the thicker half-inch. So that's what I have today. But this, what I'm creating today, would fit on a 16-inch. I got this at a wood shop called Craft Deals, D-E-A-L-Z. So that's where I get them. They have lots of great wood over there. But I'm going to just use this as my staining pad. It just seems, I use sponges, awesome. Yeah, there's something about that grain. I see a lot of comments about that. Now I want this to be darker on the bottom again, lighter on the side. So what I will be doing is I'll start, if these are real wet, wring them out, and I'll just add the paint here first, okay? And then I'm gonna start lightening it up, because I don't have as much paint on here. Yes, so red, white, and blue. You know, this year is America's 250th birthday. And I was just thinking about the other day, I thought, gosh, I remember it being, remember 1976, the bicentennial. And I didn't look up what you call the 250th birthday, but, and just keep working it. This, you can, you know, if it, like it's getting too dark, you can go turn it around to a place where you have it. This is, and it's a color called Woodwick, Fusion Mineral Paint brand. But I also have this piece of wood that I want to do, I won't use one of our bunny transfers on. So while I got that rag here, I'm going to go ahead and stain this also. Get some of that on there and different, I like to see the grain. This side isn't my favorite. No, I thought that this had a, just looked like this. So I took a teeny bit of green on there, and I'm just going to give it a few different stripes of green on here. A few of those edges. Okay. Just kind of put that there, and while I have this rag out. Okay, but we are done with that now. There we go. Now the entire piece is covered. So tonight I was using Clorox wipes. Okay, now this is real smooth. I sanded this. So I'm going to take a real fine sandpaper. You can use paper bag. Okay, that's the finest sandpaper we're going to use. So this 100,000 welcomes. Now the words tonight, you're going to see them backwards. I'll show them this way. I love this so much. I have actually two very Irish families that I want to make something for. And this one we're making for someone who has a business. And 100,000 welcomes. So this is how I think you pronounce it, even though I know I'm not saying it the right way, but it's Cade Mita, or Cade, Cade Mila Fauchu. Okay, Cade Mila Fauchu. And it literally means warm, very kind, gracious, and merciful. Like it's so welcoming. And these are in pubs all over. So 16-inch, this stencil is it's 17-inch by 9-inch. Guys, should I do these in gold or should I do them in white? These are going to be, this is where the layering begins. We've got our surface ready. We're going to layer, and I'm going to do these in either gold or white. Now on top of them will be, this transfer will be on top. And I was kind of thinking the gold would look nice in the background. Okay, and I've got a nice dry brush. I put paint on my brush. Bring it into the brush if you're new to stenciling. And I didn't balance. Thank you, Gloria. You are so good, Gloria, at coming up with just the right words. Thank you. So, yeah, so that you have lots of paint into the brush, but it's still dry, all the edges, so you don't get a bleed. Any new watchers tonight? Love to know if you're new. So it's taped down. We got our paint on our brush, and I think I'm going to love the gold already. We are done with gold and done with this pattern. So I'll go ahead and set that down to be washed. So if you're new to Essential Stencil, Essential Stencil stencils are very durable, last forever, easy to clean, and just a gorgeous stencil. Nice thick mylar. This is what we have so far. This is where our words are going to go. Let's just do that next. Why not? The words, and they will be backwards for you. Okay. And then I just want to make sure I do this. Let me turn this my way first. And I'm going to put the words on. And we're actually going to use black. And how I came up with black is I decided that this truck had, you know, that real deep dark green and black in it. And I want the words to really show up. So I'm good with using black for that. Very good. All right, let's start up here and dance that brush around. Okay, so here we go. Just dance that brush around. Wonderful. Love this message. So we've got that on. And then we're going to put our transfer on, and I'm going to turn the transfer. So with transfers, again, you want to seal transfers. You can use, I'll more than likely be using, even though my paint is sealed. There we go. Well, that's where it's going. I think it looks good, so now I'll turn it your way. And I think I picked this green because I love the light green in the clovers. Okay, and then I just heat that baby up with my hand. Transfer, and we have transfer tools. Essential Stencil has those if you're new to using transfers. And then we just start rubbing it on. We'll be picking 3 winners as soon as we're finished tonight. A lot of little detail in these little. So one of the trucks in the set did not have these in the back, in case you want to do something different with it. There were 2 trucks in the set. All right. Then I take my fingers, and what's cool is I can see the pattern of this in the truck. If I hold it up close enough, you may be able to see that too. And that's on, right? You see that a little bit? Maybe. But it's okay that it's on top of that painted. Isn't that beautiful? These colors are gorgeous together. So then up here, I want to grab, I also see that down on the door, I saw a little piece of gold with, so here's the other truck. And then, yeah, like I think this little gold emblem would be nice on the truck door. I'm going to use, yes, a furniture waxed on the gold. Oh, well, we'll put it right on the door. So there's another thing. You can put transfers on top of transfers. You can layer them. So tonight I wanted to show you all about layering. We're going to also grab some to put on the top. So let me get those out so that we can finish that up and announce some winners soon. Okay. Now when I'm doing a small little piece like this, I usually take a piece of tape and then lift it up. So I'm sorry I'm keeping you late tonight. I don't know what Tuesday night TV is about, but you can always come back and watch the rest of the live. And then because this just seems blank to me, I love the idea of adding all these different pieces right at the top. I'm going to start with the darker one. Thank you guys, but look at this. Isn't that so sweet? I love it. So we get close up and see the whole thing. That gold, okay, looks nice. Someone said bows intimidate me. Yeah, I kind of like simple too. This is pretty busy for me, but I do like to fill up my surface. And so this, I think they'll love this in their business because that's what they wanted. They want 100,000 welcomes out to their customers, right? So thank you so much, everyone. Thanks for staying on a little later than normal, but have a great rest of your week, and I hope to see you soon. I'll do one more for a picture. Ta-da! Thanks, guys. Have a great rest of your week. Bye-bye.